And we're live.
Okay, then. That's great. So, welcome to our video. Hi, my name is Roger, and I'm here with my co host, Tagg. I don't know if you've seen us before, but this is our YouTube channel, and we have created it to focus on finding and sharing with our YouTube viewers affording housing solutions for everyday people. With a little elbow grease and your creativity, your dream home is totally within reach. Put in the work, bring your creativity, and before you know it, you'll be kicking back in a place that's truly yours. Your dream home isn't just a wish, it's a DIY away. Today, the house we're looking at is located in Kellyton, Alabama. The address, if you want to follow along, is at 382 Daniel Road. It's a single family home that's for sale for $49,900. It was built in 2007. Um, we're looking at the house from the realtor.com website where they have 14 photos. And normally I hand things off to a Tagg now to introduce us to the house, but I do want to forewarn you. We consider this a complete gut job. We've talked at length about homes that may just require that. And one of the things that I think we both agree on is we don't want to create a channel like a YouTube TV show often is, where they have these like breaks between going to commercial where you think all of it's going to fall apart and they'll never be successful. Well, we do believe that there are some houses out here that qualify for that, but we're real close to being 50 videos deep. And I think we've only expressed that viewpoint once or twice. So this one, it's like that. I don't know what the condition of the roof is. I have no idea what the electric or plumbing look like or the heating and air conditioning, but I do see from these photos, excuse me again, that we're gonna have to do some complete renovation to this house. That being said, here you go, Tagg. It's off to you. I've talked enough.
Well, thank you. I kind of had some technical difficulties and
I don't see the you sharing your desktop anymore, or the
yeah,
house.
that's what I was addressing here.
I'm
I ran
sorry.
into some tef technical difficulties. I don't understand what had happened. It just went blank. So
Okay.
anyway, let's get back on target and make sure that you see what I see and get the ball rolling. Okay, here we go. All right. So, wow, this has only been on the market for 4 days. That's great. Fresh meat. Okay, so we have 7 exterior pictures and props to the photographer or agent, whoever took the photos. Great tree line here. And, this is country living. Uh, this looks great. It really does. Now I can see the yard needs to be cleaned up here, watering, but with the greenery around it, I can tell that this is pretty decent soil. And so we're in Alabama here, and looking at the amount of trash that is out, could have had some possible squatters around the home. So anyway, you always want to do your due diligence and check with the county, see if there's any type of disturbances or anything like that for the property. So you want to cut this vine back because it will take the property over and cause uh, problems with the foundation, the structure of the home. things like that. Even though it's real pretty, you want to be able to manage this greenery over here. And I can't really tell if this tree stump is alive or it's just being taken over, but you don't know until you're out there in the property. So wow, this would make a great home for a homesteader that is looking to kind of live off grid, but not completely, just an oasis in the middle of very few. So
Yeah.
great tree above this, or in front of this house. Sorry, the leaves above the home is giving plenty of shade, and it looks as though you could probably build out on the sides or possibly on the back side of the home. But you can definitely build up if you're looking for something a little larger or want to expand. Now the
If I may, uh,
yes,
I'm I'm so sorry to interrupt you. Um, so it's got over 5.5 acres, so there's big time room for homesteading. I just realized while you're talking about that I didn't give those kind of stats for the home. It's a 3 bedroom, 2 bath, 1,144 square feet, but it's got over 5.5 acres for a lot size. So
yeah, that's
fantastic.
plenty of room to add additional dwelling on the property and create your own compound if you're into that type of lifestyle. You can have the family there all within 5 acres. So think about that before you start cutting down trees. Just saying. Um, anyway, this front porch needs to be redone. Um, this is a complete gut, but it could be a diamond in the rough. It just depends on what your lifestyle is like. Any comments about the porch, Roger?
No, I agree with you. It has to be refinished and sealed so that protect the wood. I don't see any damaged wood, but if it, that we're not telling anybody anything they don't already know. If if something's damaged, you got to fix it or replace it so that you can move on. So yeah, it's a nice porch. I do, love covered porches, and it's not a very deep one, but it's long. It looks like it goes across the entire front of the house.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, back to you.
Okay. All right. So here we have the Green Mile, wherever it leads to. I'm just joking. Um, but no, I can't wait to see the neighborhood, to see what's going on there. But the property does need some TLC, and this is in Alabama, so um, let's see what we got here. Let's take a peek.
All right.
It's
It kind
going,
of looks like it's got a long driveway that is set back pretty far from the
yeah,
road.
uh huh.
I assume that's why the one picture is there.
Whoa! Okay, all right. So obviously, this is not a recent photo of the property, but as you can imagine, there was some heavy duty living going on here. Yes, yes. It looks like we have a jack of all trades here into a very entrepreneur home. Okay, so let's move on. Nice to know that these cars have been cleared out and all that debris. You could probably find some neat tools buried in the yard as
Definitely
you,
want to go around with your metal detector before you get too settled into the house.
yeah, yeah. But it just goes to show you, hey, one man's trash is another man's treasure.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can create a castle out of a tin can. Just as easy as buying a McMansion. Okay, let's go on over to the kitchen and just what I expected, a gut. I wouldn't get rid of these cabinets.
They look like they are pretty nice cabinets. Probably just dirty. I don't know if
Yeah,
they're. It's been my
yeah,
experience that base cabinets uh, get a lot more damage typically than uppers because in general they're exposed to water more.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
but yeah, I'm like you. Save what you can and repurpose them somewhere else.
Right, yeah. Give them a good cleaning and put them back in the kitchen if you know that's what you want to do. But it's no need to destroy um, materials when you don't have to, especially with these high cost shipping and what is the
You're looking
latest
for tariffs.
tariffs? You know, what costs you $18 can easily cost you 50. So um, hold on to them, repurpose them, clean them up, put them back. You know, paint goes a long way. Resand them, do what you got to do. Keep your money in your pocket. Okay, so moving on to the bathroom. Well, finishing up with the kitchen, I think this is a complete gut job. Um, and there you have it. Your comments?
Oh, yeah. Um, First step would be like we talked about when we started the kitchen conversation. You'd be pulling down your cabinets and probably then with the walls right behind them. Actually, the ceiling looks pretty decent, although I cannot figure out for the life of me what the heck is hanging down from the ceiling between the camera and the uh, ceiling light fixture. But I still think you could probably just slap on some ceiling paint and be good. I'm not sure about the walls. I don't see any damage to these kitchen walls. Maybe they can just be repainted, possibly fresh coat of primer on them, and then a new top coat of paint. Then you can, tear up your floors. That seems like an absolute certainty. Get it down to probably the subfloor, and then replace that, and choose your own floor that you want to have in your new kitchen.
Yeah, you're
I am
very
curious. At the very end, I'm so sorry to.
Go ahead. No, no, no. Go ahead. My fault.
I'm curious if that's a pantry at the very back of the photo. Where it's kind of dark, like a separate room.
Hmm.
So anyway, that's the last thing I've got to say about the kitchen. So I will stop talking so that you can.
Okay. Well, I was just commenting that you're very trusting, um, because I am giving judgment based on what I saw for the street view, and you know, when it comes to plumbing, I want to make sure that that plumbing is taken care of before doing anything else to the property, simply because, you know, once you put in new things and you have it all placed and designed and you spring a leak, it's just one disaster after another. Good thing that the home is on pier and beam. It's on blocks here, so it would be really easy to reconstruct the plumbing. But I wouldn't think that the plumbing would be in its best condition, just judging from the uh, the lifestyle that we saw in the street view photo.
Let me, let me share something while we're talking about plumbing. This is something that I learned that I don't think I've thought of until you just triggered it. But it's a helpful little thing with plumbing when you first move into a place and you get your water turned on. You go around, make sure all your spigots are turned off, outside supply lines for sinks and toilets and everything. Make sure that you don't have any water running, and then go out to your meter and take a picture of the number of gallons it's showing, at the start time, and then wait an hour or wait 2 hours. And that, if that number's the same, you don't have a leak going on in your plumbing in the house. So a leak can, materialize afterwards, but you don't have one at the possession date when you take the house. So that'll let you trust it a little bit so that you can, focus on other things without being worried about the plumbing. There's still lots of other stuff to worry about, but chances are good you're not going to have any mystery water damage or leaks if you do that. Anyway, just throwing that out there.
Okay. All right. So this first bathroom picture, there's probably no electric on the property right now. So, can't really tell if there's anything in there that I would want to work around. I would feel better taking it down to the studs and recreating this bathroom and possibly repurposing these fixtures and tub if it is usable. So you have 5 acres on the property, and if you're going to have multiple dwelling in there for whatever purposes, rentals or whatever, you could repurpose these fixtures. So just saying.
Before you move. So just, we don't mention this every time, but I bring the videos for us to, I bring the homes for us to do a video on. 99% of the time, Tagg does not get a chance to see these before she sees them with you, the viewers. And about 99% of the time, I preview all the photos. This next photo is one of the worst you're going to see.
Oh, God. Yeah. So complete gut job. I don't even want to know what is around here. No way. Yeah. New plumbing. Yeah. And there you have it. Any comments?
Nothing. Frightful.
Yeah.
We'd be using my big shovel for this gut job.
And a hazmat. A hazmat suit.
When I first saw that, I was thinking to myself, there is probably liquid in there. So if I used a wet dry vac to get, the liquid out, I would never want to use that wet dry vac again. I would have to get a used one and use it. And I don't want anybody else to go through that, to come up on it and say, oh, here's a wet dry vac. I'm just going to use this for myself. I would have to destroy the wet dry vac so that nobody could, have that experience, I guess.
Yeah. Well,
anyway, enough said.
Particular time in your life, didn't you work for the sewage company or something like that? Or
yeah.
I
don't know if it's a good time to out ourselves much, but we actually plan a video that when we get to our 50th, we don't intend to actually review a house. We're going to review our lives and what brought us to the channel. And one of the things that I've done in the past is when I got out of the Army, my dad was encouraging me to get a government job, with perks, benefits, that sort of thing. And so the first job I got for the city of Gulfport, Florida, was as a sanitation worker, where I chased a trash truck around these neighborhoods all week. And then after spending, 6 months or something doing that, whatever it was, there was an opening in the water and sewer department, which sounded great, except for a new guy. Guess which side of the department I spent most of my time in. So we were doing an awful lot of digging up sanitation lines and determining whether the problem was on the customer side or on the city side, and then fix or repair, you know.
Yeah.
And the funny thing about even with water, it seems like the water breaks were always in the winter. And even in Florida, it being cold and you being wet is not a desirable scenario.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
anyway, that was one of the experiences I had as a young person fresh out of the Army.
Yeah.
So,
So I am going to assume that these are bug strips.
oh, is that what they are? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So with that in mind, is this just gives me confirmation to take it down to the studs, including the ceiling. What I'm seeing right here, I think that is a huge problem that needs to be addressed before any type of ceiling work going on, because this actually looks like elements from the outside growing inside. So,
Oh,
and
I
seeing,
hope it isn't. I was looking at that and thinking, I wonder if that's just some sort of light fixture, but that'd be sort of thing that you'd have to determine when you got there. And if you're right, which I'm not saying you're not, because you're usually pretty perceptive about things. Oh man, that means it would have had to grown, you know, through the exterior wall
Mhm.
across the attic space until it got there.
Yeah,
So that now you're looking at dropping all the ceilings, you know, because you're going to have to, deal with a lot more than what's coming out of that one little bitty spot there.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So hopefully, when you're replacing the roof, you can address this issue at the same time. But new windows, most definitely, um, because there is a bug problem, and where there's critters, there's water. So, and where there's water, there's life, even outside of your own. So, I'm gonna say, yeah, address it and keep it on. So here it looks as though we have another. We this could be a bedroom. We don't know for sure on this angle. It just says 4 more pictures, and so that's what we're looking at here. But you have a blank canvas to work with. Go ahead and replace the windows. Save as much wall as you possibly can, but I'm going to assume that it's going to need, you know, new electricity throughout the home. So I would just go ahead and just address it right here um, during the reconstruction of this room here. And so, uh, yeah, we can't really tell because there's no electricity in the home how this is configured, but you know, 9 times out of 10 is probably not up to code. So just be prepared when it comes to this water heater here. But this could be a laundry room. It looks
I
like
think it is. I think we're looking at where you had the cursor there, the ducting for the vent. And I think that black thing on the wall, it's the electric for the dryer.
Mhm.
I think you're right.
Yeah. Okay. So looks like we have a bedroom here. It's 4 bedroom, right?
It's a 3-2.
A 3-2. Oh, okay. So, yeah, doors need to be replaced. There's a lot of stuff that needs to be replaced in here. And I would just go ahead and replace it all because if you really think about it, this home is priced. Oh, let's just go back here at 49.9. And so just the land alone is a good deal. Um,
Yeah.
I can see this working out.
If if you just got permission from the city fire department to burn it, you're getting 5.5 acres for $50,000. That's
Yeah.
I guess that's I guess that's 10,000 an acre. I mean, that's still a good deal in most places these days.
Yeah, it is. Get the family in on this, 10,000 a piece, you know? And
Yeah, you're definitely going to have to do almost without a doubt. In this case, you'd have to do some alternative financing. A lot of the houses that we look at do require that because you're not going to be able to get a government guaranteed loan like an FHA or VA loan. You at best be able to get a conventional loan, but this one I don't even think will qualify just because of the condition of the house.
Yeah, right. But I won't even go there. I don't even want it to turn into um, an argument. But look at the size of this lot here. This is nice, and this is where the property sets. So it doesn't really look like there's much around you if you're looking for something remote. And so here we are live. Oh, you have a community center. That's good. Cemetery. Okay, so you have plenty of green around you. Where exactly?
I
I'm
like
just,
that you look like you have some space around you. You don't have, neighbors at arm's reach away.
yeah, yeah. So if you wanted to do some off grid living, I mean, this is really ideal. Uh, Here we have a city here, or a little community, I should say. Um, so, you're still a part of a town, just at a distance. You're not just completely cut off from life, but, um, if you're a homesteader or looking for something recluse, just away from the city, this is ideal. You know, you're in Alabama, close to uh, Atlanta, close to Tennessee. So I think this is a good find. I really do.
Well, usually when we start looking at the map, I um, take a moment and thank folks that are still listening to me because you've made it through the video, and we hope that something or other we may have said, even though we both take different approaches to homes. We hope that something one of us has said may be helpful to you in your own home search. We both believe um, that it's wrong to, I guess, it's in our mind, people can still find homes and buy homes. It does take work to accomplish it. You won't be able to find a home in the medium. You won't be able to find a home as nice as the ones that are typically in the median price point, and it won't be ready to move in like that. But that's what we're about, doing some repairs and renovations so that on a price at this price point, and you can make it, move in uh, quality or showroom quality with your own efforts. Anyway, best of luck to you. I think I kind of rambled on, took a couple of shortcuts across it, onto dead end roads there, but made it back so I can hand things off to Tagg to close us out. We'll see y'all next time. Thanks.
Okay. Well, thank you, Roger. I am Tag, and your dream home might be one project away, whether you're into fixer uppers or homegrown gardens. This channel is your go to for real freedom through affordable living and homesteading. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And if you have a property uh, that you'd like to share, we're more than happy to get the word out. After all, at the end of the day, it's about people helping people. Catch you in the next video.